Back before money, people directly traded goods and services. 5 chickens for a goat or an acre of land for a cow. This made things difficult because you had to have the exact items needed to trade. But with money, you don't need exact items. You have a placeholder that can be exchanged for other goods. For this reason, money is the foundation of the modern economy. So in this video series, let's talk about money. What is money? Number 1, money is a store of value. Money needs to hold its value over time. I'm not going to accept it if I know it will be worthless in 1 week. For example, milk is not a store of value because it will spoil in only a week or 2. But money doesn't even need to be a perfect store of value because inflation will lower its value slowly over time. As long as it's generally true and the change is small and slow, it works. This is why gold coins lasted so long as currency. Gold doesn't rust or react when exposed to air or water. Number 2, money is a unit of account. You have to be able to accurately count and measure how much money you have and how much is needed for purchases. This makes the transactions easy, which is the whole point of having money. Cows, for example, do not satisfy this need because each cow is a different size, age, and produces different amounts of milk and meat. Number 3, money is a medium of exchange. Everyone needs to accept it. If one business decides to stop accepting it, people will start opting for another currency that can do business with them. So what does money allow us to do in a society? It allows us to specialize. Back when we had to barter for everything, you had to be able to do a little bit of everything. You had to farm the land, have some cows and chickens, own some land with trees to chop down, own some tools to make meals. This allows you to trade with most people. Someone is going to want one of those items. But if you're a Japanese katana maker that only makes samurai swords, are you going to be able to survive? What if nobody today wants one? And are you going to be able to accept the 200 chickens to pay for it? Where are you going to keep all those chickens? Specialization is very difficult without a common medium of exchange. Once you have that and dense cities, it allows people to get really good at a craft. This increases productivity because people learn to master a trade and get very good and efficient at it, as opposed to one man making his own blade for the first and last time in his entire life. To conclude part 1 of this series, I want to explain one more pertinent aspect of money: trust. Money itself has no intrinsic value except the valuable metals used to make some coins. You can't live off eating $100 bills. You can't build shelter with 20s. The only reason it has value is because I trust that I can give someone my good and use the money to purchase something else that I find valuable. If I believe that I will no longer be able to do that, then the entire economy collapses. Think about it. If your work decided to start paying you in handshakes instead of greenbacks, would you keep showing up for work? No. Would you give up your car for a piece of paper that someone wrote $10,000 on it? No. So why do we trust the dollar? Well, because we trust the U.S. government. The U.S. government mints the dollar and makes it illegal to destroy or counterfeit it. We trust that the U.S. will bust counterfeiters, persecute people that destroy money, will not print too much of it, will manage interest rates appropriately, and not be invaded by another country. That last one, the invasion one, is very important. Imagine if Mexico invaded us from the south and conquered all of our land. Aside from the devastation, when the dust settles, do you think the Mexican government is going to accept dollars minted by the former U.S. government? No! That would undermine the legitimacy of the victory. So all those dollar bills you saved up over your lifetime are now totally worthless. Knowing that we have the biggest, baddest, most overfunded military in the world makes buying government treasuries, holding the dollar, and investing in American businesses extremely safe. Because who is going to overthrow us? Until China beefs up their military, no one. That's who. Money is based on trust. It has value because we believe that it has value. And that's not a bad thing in and of itself. It can lead to devastation when managed poorly, but as long as we keep believing, the party keeps going.